Turn that background music down a little touch. Got a little Queen, tie your mother down, rocking in the background a bit, but I do believe if the YouTube algorithms get wind of that, getting shut down. So we don't want that. We don't want that at all. Um, say hello. Good afternoon, everybody. G-Bay, I don't think he's going to make it today. He's unfortunately got some fucked up shit going on that he has to attend to. Everybody's okay. Nobody's hurt or anything like that. He very, very much has more or bigger fish to fry, or however that saying goes. Yeah. So with that, actually, before we even get going, because G-Bay was a fucking brother, and he let me know what his situation was. Let's do a fucking down. Just so that, to get him good luck, and hopefully the situation gets back up and rectified. My man can use it. That's all I can say. Plumbing issues. Let's just say plumbing issues. We'll take away some of the mysticism today. It's winter in Canada, and plumbing issues fucking happen. Something like that. So let's get this lit. So I'm having it. So I'm going to run solo here today. I don't know if I can get a full hour in, as is our usual. I'll do my best. What's up, Lobster? The frogs are singing. The frogs are very much singing, dude. So I'm in Alberta right now. Just got here. Got to drive through a section of Canada that I've never driven through today. The Jasper ice fields, Columbia ice fields, or whatever it is. We knew we were cut. We stopped in Hinton, Alberta at my sister-in-law's because my old lady needs to see her daughter and her sister and all that shit, all that family stuff. So we detoured way the hell out of the way. We were going to try and make it out kind of Colton's way today. I just got good news from Colton. Speak of the devil. A text from him. It sounds like, well, the reason I'm in Alberta trying to get to Colton is because we're going to go see Megadeth tomorrow night in Calgary. And the reason I'm in Hinton and not Calgary now is because, as I said, my old lady, she was going to come with us, and she's got mommy hormones going on. She misses her daughter. I very much understand that. So that leaves us with an extra ticket. And sounds like Colton's going to be bringing his daughter with that. And I'll tell you right now, since I'm on this, tomorrow will be day 3 of 4 nights of Megadeth for me and my kid. And while I am in seventh heaven, I am absolutely fucking loving it up. To look at my kid's face, because she doesn't give a shit about Exodus, the opening band. She doesn't give a shit about Anthrax. She might not mind them, but she certainly doesn't really listen to them. She does like Megadeth, some of the Megadeth songs, right? But you just see when a kid loses interest in the musical acts on stage. And that was pretty much all night long yesterday. Where it's well, we're hearing it now. I asked you repeatedly, are you sure you are down for 4 nights of this? Says yes. So I think to have Colton's the oldest daughter, because they're about the same age, Abigail and Ryan. And I think they get along well already because they've been friends and met each other a few times. So they'll be able to at least, when they both stop ignoring the show at the same time, it'll be fine. They can ignore the show together. One of my very favorite things in the world to do is bring people to their first concerts. And I've had the pleasure of being that guy to bring quite a few people to their first concerts in the last 4 years or so. Typically it's kids, but sometimes it's adults. And when it's kids, you almost always get the exact same reaction. They know there's going to be music being played, and they know it's going to be loud, and that's all they know. They get there. There's the band on stage, and they're playing. And it's kind of whoa, what's going on? Yep, there's the band. They're playing. Wow, it is really loud and all that. And I think I like it, but I'm not sure. Kind of, be different if you were playing like their music. Because like if I were to take my daughter to a show and it was Taylor Swift was the very first song she sees live, might be a little different. Might not get rid of that apprehension, but when it's like my daughter's first band live was some later first thing she saw it was ZZ Top and Cheap Trick was the show, but the opener was some lady with with playing some blues guitar out there by herself. Pinky's Blues was the name of the album. I don't even know her name. And it wasn't bad, but when you're a kid, you're just, oh, what's this? Yeah, Colton's daughter, I believe this is her first show. She's going to get out there, and it's going to be Exodus is just going to, like, fucking punch her right between the eyes. She's going to be, what the hell's going on? It's loud. It's abrasive. She probably doesn't even listen to that kind of music, so the what the hell is going on factor will be heightened, and it's going to be awesome. But then the interest will wane. It always does, like, because what Exodus play for half hour, Anthrax 50 minutes, Megadeth an hour and a half. Exodus will probably be mostly spent feeling it out. By the time Anthrax hits the stage, maybe 3 songs in, that's when the boredom phase starts, kind of thing. So my prediction is made there. 3 songs into Anthrax, the interest wanes. My kid, like I said, after last night was the 4th time she's seen Megadeth, 3rd time she's seen Anthrax and Exodus. And she was bored. She was bored stiff. It was awesome. So, but since I don't have G-Bay here, this is basically a fucking my trip so far review. Because I've been having a cross between the time of my life and like the worst time of my life. I'm sick. I'm on the home stretch of being sick, I think. But the day before we left on Monday, I thought, coughing while smoking weed, I thought my cough felt a little bit drier than normal. Kind of thought, oh shit, I hope this doesn't mean anything bad. I woke up Tuesday morning feeling like I'd been fucking hit by a bus and then immediately run over by a Mack truck and a fucking freight train at the same time because they collided at an intersection. I was in bad shape. So we get in the car. I'm trying to sweat it out. That's my thing is when I get sick, I'll bundle up like hoodies and all that shit on so I can heat my core up, sweat it out, blankets, all that. And if I can get some physical exercise in there as well, although that's the last thing my body wants, I will try to get some exercise, just sweat it out. And for me personally, that's the best thing. And so I'm like, shit, I'm sitting in a car all fucking day driving to Abbotsford. How do I sweat this up? Turn the heat. Sorry, kids, to the daughter and to the wife who was sitting beside me, but we got to heat this car up. I need to try and sweat this up. And like the side plastics on the door and shit, they were like a couple hours in. They were to the point where like they're not hot, but like they were fucking warm. They're not lukewarm, like they were warm to the point of like if you had like cold hands on a cold winter day and you touch your hands, so you're gonna be like, oh, that feels good type shit. Like my car was toasty hot. And we get to the event center, and here's a life hack that I have learned. Parking has changed, right? Remember we used to have the pay by coin parking meters. You put your quarter in or whatever. And now tolls have significantly gone up. There's a certain parking lots that we use. And I found I'd always just pay by card at the machine now, right? Because we're not using coins anymore. And you always see the thing like sign up, pay by the app. Like, fuck that. I don't need more apps on my phone. That's how I am. No, I do need more apps on my phone, and so do you apparently. Because most of these parking stalls, parking lots, they have an app that, here's an example. When we went and saw Volbeat down in Vancouver last year, we paid $50 for a fucking parking spot. Now, and I paid through my card in the machine, right? Now, when I went back again and paid on the app, it was $6 to rent the same fucking parking lot spot, basically. And I'm like, whoa, it must be just because it's out of season. And that might have a bit of an effect on it, as opposed to the paying the $50, or maybe it would normally be 30 or something, like, or 20 if you're paying out of season. But we found out at the Abbotsford place, because my fucking card wouldn't work in the machine. I'm like, oh shit, like and I couldn't find a thing for it, or what was it? No, I paid for the app. as I do. But every fucking sign around the arena said you put your parking stall number there, or we're gonna tow your shit. I'm like, the last thing I want is come out of a heavy metal concert, expecting to be able to drive casually back to my hotel room and find out I got no fucking car. It's been towed. That would be a nightmare, would it not? Yeah, it would. So I when I see these signs saying like you got to realize because I didn't have that option. I'm like, oh my god, I got to pay for this machine, and I get in that bit of a panic mode. And then after a bit, the parking lot attendants actually start showing up. I'm like, hey, is there like a way I could pay like at the box office or anything? Explain my situation. He's like, dude, if you've already paid by the app, you are good. And I was like, but it says, and he's like, no, this is like, don't worry about any of those fucking sides. Like, you could pay for at the machine over there, or you could pay by the app. I'm like, but I didn't pay anywhere near that much with paying with the app. He's like, yeah, don't worry about it. You're good. And I'm like, holy shit, did we just learn a life hack? And that is, the guy just straight up told me, if you're doing, I'm sure the States are the same way as up in Canada, where they've all got fucking apps for your parking spots. Shit. Like, so pay by the app, guys. That's in some cases, in a lot of cases, I'm saving like 30, 40 bucks for a parking spot. Like, imagine paying 40, 50 bucks for a parking spot as it is. Is that not fucking nuts? Is that not ridiculous? Like, to me, that completely is. But what are you going to do? Friggin' risk getting your car towed downtown Vancouver? No, I'm going to pay the 50 bucks and bitch and whine about it because I don't have a choice. But now I do. I could save like damn near 45 bucks, 44 bucks. 44 bucks there by paying through the app. So we got to the event center. We're Megadeth, and we get that solved. And now I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm good. We're good. We're going to get in there. I love Exodus. I've seen them once before at this point, right? And I saw them with Steve Zetro singing for them. And I was never a huge fan of Zetro. It was actually just their last couple albums with him that I started digging his voice because he's got that high-pitched, shrill voice that just doesn't do it for me. I've always been a Rob Dukes guy for Exodus. And lo and behold, late last year, Rob Dukes is back in Exodus as their singer. So I'm like, hot shit. Like, even the album Bonded by Blood, that is one of the best thrash metal albums ever of all time, period. Fucking not even room for debate on that one. They re-recorded it with Rob Dukes. Like, you know, and the production's also 15 years newer or something. I love that newer version of it. I recorded with Rob Dukes. I like his voice. He's got a little bit deeper growl and around here, right? So I'm pumped. Like, let's see. I can see what these guys can throw down, and they did. They were nothing special in my opinion. You got like the amazing guitar solos and shit like that. It's just Exodus is a really great opening band. Like, they're just gonna come at you full on assault. Rob Dukes, he sounds great. They even played one of the songs off the last Exodus album, which he wasn't on. It was a Zetro album, and he did a great job. I'm like, yeah, I'm pumped for this. You know, Anthrax is next. Anthrax comes on, and they played. So Exodus, the half hour they played. It was great. Anthrax comes out. They did a 50-minute set. The only 2 songs in that set, nine songs they played, 2 songs that I actually totally full on absolutely love was Antisocial and Caught in a Mosh. The rest are just, I can take them or leave them, the kind of thing. I prefer John Bush out there. Anthrax, they don't really play his stuff, which I get it because he's not singing in the band anymore. And then Anthrax, they come out, man, their 50 minutes goes by like it's like maybe half an hour. Like, they're so crunchy and driven, and their music just carries over so well live that before you know it, their set is over, and you're like, what, already? Like, how long do you play? I know that was 50 minutes. Holy shit. Like, okay, Megadeth is next, right? And you're getting pumped. And I'm looking at, it's like 10 to 9 when Anthrax gets off. And usually it's a half hour in between sets, but I'm like, fuck, that's probably going to be 40 minutes even for Dave. Start off at 9:30. Actually, he's going to take the Rockstar treatment. I believe he did that the last time we saw them. So I'm getting prepared for that. And 9:20 sharp, Megadeth hits the fucking stage. I'm like, wow. And usually they had video screens up where they have like an intro to the Prince of Darkness song on there. And they didn't, man. They have a white curtain. The curtain drops, and it's just Megadeth with a backdrop, no LED fucking fancy LED boards. Like there's like very little production, and I couldn't fucking care less at this point because I'm here for the music. And they open up with Tipping Point, play a song off the new album. Like fuck yeah, loving it. Then they go into Hangar 18, which is the song that made me a diehard Megadeth fan. Watching the solos towards the end, you got David Mustaine walks up to the front of the stage, solos the shit out of it, takes a step back, and then Teamy, the other guitar player, he steps up, he solos the shit, and they just do that solo back and forth. And I'm just like, I remember watching a live DVD of them doing that, and I'm just drunk as shit, probably strung out on coke at the time. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. And from then on, I became a diehard Megadeth fan. So sit there watching it, like, this is great. Next song, Dread in the Fugitive Mind. This is a song that could definitely not be in the set. I don't get it. I don't necessarily have anything against it, but they got way better shit. And the crowd doesn't know it, right? So the crowd isn't really rolling yet. They're stoked. Megadeth is playing, and we're getting warmed up. But it's actually the fourth and fifth songs where the crowd really fucking gets into it, because then they hit you with Wake Up Dead, and then they go into In My Darkest Hour, and I think it was another song. Like, great, that's where the fucking songs that you know everyone was there to see start coming from you. And before you know it, it's an hour and a half has been played, and I'm pretty sure I'd seen Megadeth 4 times before that night. I'm pretty sure all 4 times they played for like an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. I remember feeling ripped off the first couple times I saw them, and then the next 2 I kind of knew what to expect, so it wasn't a big deal. But I'm positive they played a longer set than normal. And they played 18 songs, which they added 1 more from the night before, which is really cool. Went home all fucking stoked. Oh, here's the thing. So we get to the show, and I'm getting sick, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm not fucking staying at home. I booked a week off. I'm not trying to be the guy that's out there fucking spreading illness, but I booked a week off work. I bought tickets for 4 fucking shows. I bought the hotel rooms. They're fucking booked and paid for, all that shit. Like, we're doing this. To get in there, and I start rocking out to Anthrax, and I start to spin a little bit. Like, I'm getting lightheaded. Like, holy fuck, we gotta kind of like hold on to something, steady yourself. And 3 times during Megadeth, I'm like, I start to like see spots, and I'm getting lightheaded to the point of like, oh my god, like I'm going over. Like, full on thought I was gonna faint right there, just in the middle of the concert. We get back to the hotel and go to sleep and chill out. Wake up yesterday feeling fair bit better, but feeling like you've been hit by a truck. So you're like, oh god, the sweat didn't know what is fucking working. Do that all day long. Fucking try and cook yourself. Go see Megadeth last night again. Night 2. The coolest part about that, other than seeing them, was one of my very best friends from life. Like, since grade 5, this dude has been one of my very best friends, and he lives an hour away from where they were playing. So I reached out to him over the weekend. I was like, dude, the seat that is right, I was looking on Ticketmaster, the seat that was right beside our seats was not bought, was not paid. Nobody bought it yet. Sorry, there's 3 seats right next to us. We're not bought, paid for. So I told him, man, you want to go to Megadeth? I got you. I'll get your ticket. Let's go. And so he does. We get there, and we have fucking not just our 4 seats, but the 2 beside, other 2 beside us still are not bought, paid for. So we spread out, hoping they don't get bought, paid for by latecomers, and they sure as fuck didn't. So now we got extra room. Like, oh yeah, this is like some styling type shit. And got to rock out with one of my very best friends. Well, it's the guy that played me my first Megadeth album, to tell you the truth, Countdown to Extinction, the guy that got me into that song. Before that, the only Megadeth song I heard was that 99 Ways to Die off that Beavis and Butthead album. Y'all remember that one? Up until that point, like grade 8, that was the only only Megadeth song I'd heard, and it took another good few years before I kind of became a super fan off of that one. So to share that experience with my good buddy like that was fucking amazing. And another bonus to that is Anthrax swapped a song out on their set list. They got rid of that Nice Fucking Life Backwards, and they played Fight 'Em Till You Can't Anymore off the Worship Music album, which was fucking amazing. And then Megadeth, they did a couple of song swapping, but we got to see the song Let There Be Shred played live for the very first time, that's fucking cool. Anytime you get to witness anything special like that at a show is amazing. And cheers, Colton. I see you there, dude. Here's my fingers crossed moment for the Calgary show tomorrow. I'm hoping Megadeth plays Ride the Lightning for the first time tomorrow night, dude. How epic would that be? And if not tomorrow, maybe fucking Saturday night. That would, to me, would be just the killerest shit ever. So we'll see. So that's another great thing. So I've seen 2 nights of my favorite band with 2 openers that I absolutely fucking love. The set lists have not been identical any of the nights. Exodus just they got a new song, Goliath, the new single off their the title track as well off their new album that's coming out. So maybe we'll get to see them play that tomorrow or the following night. Wouldn't that be epic? Get see Exodus play a song live for the very first time. That'd be all right. I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked. Gold. What is Ty got going on? Got some garden talk going on. Distracted me here. Ty's got. Oh, that moved too fast. It's a Catahoula by Machine, and then some of the Nakatomi Plaza and G-Star. That's good shit, dude. I like the sounds of that. See, now that's what I'm talking about right here. So, Colton, I got your text message, like, kind of just as we were going on live. And I heard, I kind of was like, I was stoked when I saw that. And, like, I think, first of all, Abigail will be beyond stoked because last night was night 2 of Megadeth for her in a row, and she was bored as shit. You could just tell, like, she's like, yeah, I've done this before, Dad. I already don't care about Exodus, and I don't particularly give a shit about Anthrax. I like Megadeth, but I just saw them last night. You know, I think she likes the idea of a road trip and seeing them 4 times in a row. But when you actually get there, you know, I think it's not as interesting as she was hoping it would be. So to have a friend and then also, here's my prediction. I was saying, Colton, that, like, most kids, when you take them to their first show, there's always, when the first band hits the stage, there's always that, it's so loud, and yeah, they're up there playing, they're like, it's always like, I don't know if I like it yet or not, right? We're still trying to figure it out. Cheers, bro, Brando. Hope you're doing well, brother. And then it's kind of, yeah, I like it, but it's not really my kind of music type shit, you know? And I feel like it'll be kind of like that through most of the Exodus thing. And I feel like by about the 3rd Anthrax song is when she starts losing interest in it. And so that's we should come up with some kind of friendly bet on it because it's almost guaranteed to happen. No kid stays interested in an entire show for that long. Not even mine. Like, she'll be sitting there, you can see her look down. I'll be rocking out or whatever. You look down and she'll be like, you know, like daydreaming or maybe even playing on her phone or some shit like that. It's just funny. Love it. Now I don't know what to say. Just kind of ran out of shit all of a sudden. Yeah. So yeah, we're here at the in-laws, the sister-in-laws, I should say, not the parents-in-laws for the night. Should be good. My old lady's gonna be happy because she gets to see her daughter and her sister and all that. They got a gender reveal going on this weekend, which all the more means to me that I need to get the fuck out of here. So I'm really glad to be going to see Colton tomorrow. I love my family and my in-laws. They're good people. They're much better people than I am. But I also make fun of the kind of people that do gender reveals and shit like that. And it's too much like girl feelings for me, I think. Absolutely worth every penny. Widespread. Absolutely worth it. This is through all the struggling, and today I am on a pretty good rebound. I feel like by the time I hit, like, because I just mentioned, like, I'm having fun, I'm partying, I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing. I'm following Megadeth on tour. One of my three absolute very fucking favorites, and I'd even maybe push it further and say two. If I had to get a breaking that down. But I'm like sick, and I was fucking like losing the will to live almost. But today, I feel a lot better. I woke up this morning in a hotel and I went and had a shower. And at one point, like, you know, when you're in the shower and it's not quite hot enough, so you turn it a bit, and that little bit turns into fucking scalding, and you got to jump out of it. And then you're like trying to like get in there and turn the knob just a little bit and try to find a happy medium where you're not fucking having the skin removed by scalding hotness type shit. I was doing that, and I kind of realized after a bit, like, I don't like, yeah, the heat is a little bit too fucking hot right now, but like the steam and all that is working wonders for my fucking chest and all that. So I end up getting like, I left the shower running on full fucking hot, turned the cold water off, and like got toweled off and got into my fucking gauge. Basically, I went and got my phone. I got the little fucking vape pen, which I didn't even fucking use. I was making coffee and all that and just doing coffee, hanging out in the fucking bathroom on the shitter. While I wasn't pooping, I promise. I was just sitting there. But like, just like the kid and the old lady, they're sleeping like on the other side of that wall, right? I'm trying to be respectful. I wake up early. They don't let them sleep. And this, like, I sat there for about an hour, just let that hot water run, and I'm just like sweating it out, right? You're sitting there, you feel the sweat just dripping off your forehead and stuff like that. You got like a nice, like, not dinner plate, but what's the teacup plate? Is that what they're called? One of those for getting, say, like, area size, just like drip splotches on the ground. It was good. It felt good. What's going on, Galaxy? Hope you're doing well. Hardcore. Cheers, brother. You guys should see the frogs that Hardcore made for me. I don't think I can share them on my phone yet, Ryan. That's why I haven't gotten to do those yet. I don't have my computer with me. That's where I have that stuff. But yeah, Ryan reworked the dab frog, and it's badass. You know what? We haven't done a dab in about a half hour, so let's do a dab. Let's send best wishes to G-Bay. Because Homeboy's got some pretty shitty fucking orders that need to be done. And trust me, we don't envy G-Bay right now. Yeah, this is why we're doing a dab. See, everyone needs a dab. Everyone needs a dab. So yeah, today is the day of rest, which is good. I'm exhausted. Like we got back from the concert at about 12:30 last night, which means I was probably in bed sleeping. Not long after that, I was still up at 5 o'clock this morning. Like, my body just, it doesn't matter how late I stay up, it wakes up. It's like, no. It's like almost like my body starts producing methamphetamine. It's like you get like 3 hours of sleep if I'm lucky, and then it just like starts reworking its chemistry or something. It's like, yeah, no, we're just gonna make methamphetamine now, and you're not gonna sleep. It's pretty terrible. I mean, like, could be worse, but it could be a fuck lot better too. Yeah. Yeah. Excited for tomorrow. Excited for tomorrow. I wonder what the differences to the set list is going to be. Is Exodus going to change anything in the set list? Is Anthrax, Megadeth? I'm fucking, like I said, man, ride the lightning. I've just got my fingers crossed like hell. To be there while that's played for the first time would be epic. And actually, what do y'all think about that? Their version of Ride the Lightning. To me, I wish they wouldn't have fucking done it. Personally, I love Megadeth. I love Metallica. I like Megadeth a lot more than I like Metallica. But every time I hear Dave Mustaine talk about Metallica in any capacity, I'm like, please just shut the fuck up. It's like the shoulda, the woulda, the couldas, but you weren't, man. You were an asshole, and they kicked you out of the fucking band. It wasn't meant to be. And the way I look at it is, the fans really win in that situation because now we got these two fucking totally great bands making thrash metal, and it's epic. So, but it seems like he's always just trying to chase Metallica's validation, right? It'll be like, and it's like, you don't need it, man. You don't fucking need it, in my opinion. And then to go and cover one of their songs, which he had a hand in writing, definitely that's why he did it. But for now, my personal thoughts on it, I thought musically it was good. I might even like it better than Metallica's version. The singing on it, however, good fucking God. I wish they would have just left it instrumental. They would have been better off than letting Dave Mustaine anywhere near the microphone. Because that's just, yeah, he's pretty fucking brutal on that one. And then also, okay, here's another one. So this is Megadeth's last tour, so they're saying, to get into the retirement end of things. And Dave's saying he's like got arthritis and a few other things coming up. He can't very really play anymore. I noticed a few possible misses in the guitar playing, but there's definitely some of the singing. Tornado of Souls, they played both nights. And the first night, I lost my voice trying to sing along to the chorus. And I kind of was in Dave was saying he got the crowd to sing the chorus for, right? On that one. And it's like, it's weird. It's not one of their more popular songs. Like for, say, In My Darkest Hour, where I've been in the crowd where he's had the crowd sing that one and it's loud as fuck. Everybody just yelling and screaming that one out. That didn't happen with Tornado of Souls. And then the same with the song Mechanics later on in the night. He sung it himself, but he lost his voice, and there's the kind of the same, not necessarily cadence, but about the same speed that he's singing. And you couldn't really hear his voice all throughout that song. And so I kind of wondered, I was like, wonder if he doesn't actually have the voice to sing Tornado with Souls. And he doesn't seem to be able to do Mechanics right now. This is terrible. And so I went in last night, kind of wondered the same thing. And Mechanics, you could hear him better than the night before, but he seems like he might have still been struggling with it. And he got the crowd to sing Tornado of Souls again. So I'm kind of wondering, like, is it just you don't have the vocal pipes to be able to do that? Now, Tornado is one of my very favorite Megadeth songs. I'm happy to hear it, but I don't want to hear the crowd sing it. It's not that good, especially when the crowd doesn't know the words. Which was pretty obvious, in my opinion. Yeah, why don't we just cut that song out? And because when we saw him play it there a couple of years ago, they played it on the first night of the two nights we watched him, and he sang the whole thing. He didn't get the crowd to sing it then. And he was able to play Mechanics and sing that whole thing too without his vocals getting all fucked up in the all of that. So we shall see. This is what I ponder. Dave is getting old. Still rips though. Still rips, man. I got the Holy Wars solo. This is my thing. I've got seats in all four of our seats for each night each night is in different parts of the arena. So for night one in Abbotsford, which was sold out, by the way, I was right at the very back of the arena. You literally, my back was to the wall. You could not get any farther back than where I was. And I couldn't have cared less. We had a great view of the stage. Yeah, I should have brought my glasses, honestly, because I noticed I was getting a little bit, like, not squinty, but my eyes are a little bit tired trying to look that far. But couldn't have cared. You can see everything. It was great. Had an amazing time. And then last night, we were kind of off the front corner on the left-hand side. Tomorrow, Colton, I think we're on the right-hand side. You're looking at the stage up on the third level. And then I think Friday, or Saturday, maybe the kid are going to be on the front rail, upper ring, on the opposite side. So that's cool. But anyways, the Holy Wars guitar solo.
I'm making a point. I decided to film that all 4 nights because I fucking can, and it's arguably my favorite solo of all time. And I learned to think because I try not to spend very much time looking at my phone during concerts and shit like that. But I noticed when I was at the back of the arena on Friday night, or no, sorry, Tuesday night, whatever night that was, I'm looking through my phone and I could actually fucking see better when I was recording one of the solos that was going on. I was like, oh my God, is this what old age is? Where it was like a magnifying glass. Not a very good one, but it was definitely a little bit bigger than how my eyes could see it without. I chuckled. And I refuse to tell my old lady about stuff like that because then she's got ammo against me. Oh, what are we twitching over? Ah, shit. Fuck. Poor Ty. Can we get another dab for all of those poor souls that have been lost in the top chat? Did you see the ad for that Sublime show with Cypress Hill in Portland? Like, fuck me, man. That would be a killer. That would be a killer. That's one it's definitely within my driving radius to get to Portland. My future in the summertime around when that would be happening is completely up in the air. I could be switching jobs. So if I go to a new job, it's really hard to say if I'll have time off then or not. Whereas if I were to stay here, where my current job, I could easily get that time off and be like, yeah, I'm going to go see Cypress Hill twice in the same. Because, like, I'll go see Cypress Hill every single time I get the chance because I enjoy their live experience that much. But Sublime is, as soon as I found out they were going to be going on or playing with Brad's son Jacob, I was like, fuck, I have to see that. Sublime played too much of a big of a part of my life. Redman. Is that Redmond, Bend? Is that kind of the same place in Oregon, or are you talking Redmond, Washington? Because I know about Redmond, Washington. They got the Barrymore there. I'm just wondering, they do 2 festivals there? Because that would be that would be badass. Dude! Okay, there is a Redmond, Oregon. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. Damn. That could be fun. I wonder if I could get out there. Yeah. You're another one of those dudes, Ty, that you're very high at the top of my list of dudes I just want to go see a show with. You and Fluff. For years, it was Noof. Our buddy from Discord and IG. They're back in when we first fired up the Discord, I believe it was, and we were like able to hang out in the like group chats and shit like that. We'd be music stuff going on, and like you see, it's the way Doof would get like really into it over the music that he likes. I'm like, fuck, that guy likes to rock. I guarantee. You go to a show with him, and he's going to be a lot of fun. And he was. We got to see Tom Cochran and the Who together, and Doof was the loudest person in that venue, fucking hands down, and like not even fucking up for debate. Yeah, he was hooting and hollering, having a great time. And I just, dude, I don't know if you're like one of those loud, crazy fuckers, but you love music enough, and you go to enough shows that it's like, yeah. Like I got to cross Lobster off the fucking list, see a show with him. That's what I do. Just like, we'll see shows with everyone. Reggae Rise Up. Okay. Look into that. Like I said, dude, that's like that's drivable for us. Oh, although that might actually be Armstrong. Although I think Armstrong Metal Fest is the following weekend. I feel like it's the. I could be wrong, but if it does coincide with Armstrong Metal Fest, then that one wins because that's one that my daughter and I we try and do yearly. It'll suck if I have to miss that one for work this year because we're at the point now where we've been there 2 years in a row. We've made some friends that we've hung out with and rocked to with like 2 years running, and we're looking to make it a third, fourth, fifth, and all that stuff. So it'd really be a bummer, but that's shit happens, right? So we shall see. But I think y'all that I'm gonna start thinking on shutting this down here. I'm at the in-laws. I should probably go say hi to them. I think I'm running out of stuff to say. I'm super pumped now. Like I said, we did 2 nights of Megadeth. We got 2 more to go. I'm feeling a lot fucking better to the point where I feel like tomorrow I'll wake up with maybe a bit of a stuffy nose, and that should be about it. If that even. So I'm just like feeling blessed because I was worried about like how bad is this gonna get if I feel like shit on day one. But like I said, I think I was able to sweat it out, turn the car into a dry sauna, and then turn the shower into a wet steam sauna. Uh, and bake it out. I hope. Looking for volunteers for Oregon. Okay, free campsite and a pass. That would be cool. That would be cool. Keep that one in mind for sure. Uh, but with that, guys, I think I am done. I'm gonna go say hi. My brother-in-law, he pulled in while I was podcasting, and I didn't even get out to say hi to him because I was hanging out with you. So now he probably thinks I'm a big dickhead, and I just gotta go rectify the situation, give the dude a hug. And so yeah, I'm gonna stop babbling. We're gonna get the fuck out of here. Um, yeah, peace out, Colton. I'll see you tomorrow, dude. I'm stoked. We're gonna fucking jam the fuck out finally. Megadeth Night 3. What kind of wonderful pleasures do they have in store for us? We'll see. I'm out of here.